So we're talking about the SU-30 today. It's made in Russia. It's been around since the 90s. It's got two, it says 2 men. I don't know about all that.
I don't like that
but
at all.
It's got 2 Saturn engines. They've got a whole bunch of thrusties with afterburner, 3,000 comma units of range. It's got 150 rounds in the 30 mic camera, carries pretty much everything you'd ever want, and then it also can drop bombs. It's a derivative of the Su-27, but obviously this is where we get into the nuts and bolts here. So the export version is the MK, is the improved export version. Then you've got the MKI, which is India, the MKM, which Gonki's going to talk about here in a second, the MKA, the MKK, the MK2 is an improved export version. So the MKK would be for China, MK2 would be the improved export version. And then Venezuela, the MKV. Some may have written stories about that, not me. And then China said, you know what? We're going to make the J16. They say it's not a direct derivative, but it's very similar in form and function. It's an advanced version of the J11, which is the version of the Su-27. So you can see, real big airplane, high alpha capability. It's got Gonki. Did it have an ESA in because the MKM, when they exported it, they didn't have avionics, right? It's like, here you go. We're not going to give you all the cool stuff.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't think so.
Yeah. Gonki, you've fought this guy. What's your assessment of the Su-30?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Yeah, it's a multi-role fighter. I've done BVR, so long range, and then dogfighting. And my impression is very comparable to like Hornet, Super Hornet kind of stuff. Our 4th gen, basically. It's very comparable to our 4th gen. BVR, it gets up really high and really fast. Within visual range, even though it's massive. So like even, you guys who play DC, if you set up for like a mile of beam set, you kind of have the eyeball count. Like if it's another Hornet, if you're constantly fighting a Hornet, you look at it, you're like, it's about a mile. Well, that's what I did. I was like, that's good. And I was like a mile off because the airplane's substantially larger than an F-18. So despite being a much larger airplane, it actually has a better slow speed game than the Hornet. So it's a tough airplane to fight when it has a good pilot. If you're better than the guy in the Su-30, at least in a Hornet, you're going to beat him. The airplane isn't magic, but it is very good. I mean,
did it really say 150 rounds of bullets?
Yeah, 30 millimeter.
That's not a lot.
30 millimeter though, right?
Yeah, but still.
That's a solid squeeze.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if they're 50 millimeter. If I miss with the first squeeze, it does no good. So 150 rounds is not a lot. That's all I'm saying. It's obviously
I can't
not
remember the rate of fire.
I don't plane. That's a good point. It could be a strong rate of fire too. That's
well, the thing with all the Russian planes, they have a really good helmet heater combo that you guys know about. So, anytime you're getting gunned, you could probably be getting.
You're probably long dead. So.
Yeah. The Su-30 is. I mean, I said in the video I made about fighting them. Everybody always says, everybody's wowed by the airplane in air shows. And everybody says, oh, that's useless in BFM, but it's not, because that every time I lost to the Su-30 is because they were able to use the thrust vectoring. And from what I saw, when they are using the thrust vectoring, they can't do it at like 400 knots, right? So we have to be in a slow speed fight. And when they use it, it's an energy excursion, just like in a Hornet. And as you guys all know, you do a massive energy excursion in a Hornet, you bleed all your energy, and then, you start falling out of the sky. So the pilot has to know when and how to use it. And if they do, it is, I mean, how many times do you guys wish you had a little more alpha?
It's 360 right? Thrust vectoring, like the nozzles. How do those work?
They're canted.
Oh, I like this plane a lot better already.
What is it? What are you wrestling? What is
like they're like, you know, no, like Raptor is like this, right? Straight
what
up.
What are we doing here? You're like a teenager in the 90s
I'm adjusting the water. No, but no, they're at an angle. They're at an angle.
Well, if anybody has questions on what the hell Gonky just meant, feel free to enter the chat because all of us.
I have questions. I'm really don't know, but thank you, Gonky. Appreciate the.
How about the thrust vectoring? It goes like this. Oh, okay. Well, and more braking.
The nozzles.
It goes like this and then like this. Gonky.
Is there anywhere in the description?
You're describing puberty is what this was.
Is there anything in the description of this podcast that refers to Gonky as an expert? Because that needs to be taken out right now.
No, you know what though? But we're just going to throw this one up there. That's my new. That's my new one.
My goodness.